Hi students, welcome to first year accountancy class. In our previous class, I have given you the importance of subsidiary books. In this class, we are going to learn a very important topic called bank reconciliation statement. Okay. Why it is required? Already you might have gone through your 3-column cash book. Okay. I hope all of you have gone through 3-column cash book. So, when you are preparing a 3-column cash book, that cash book is showing you the balance. Okay, 3-column cash book used to have 3 columns: discount column, cash column, bank column. Okay, so here you used to get some balance, by balance carried down. Some discount we don't balance, say cash column 8,000 and bank column say 18,000. Some balance used to be here. So whenever a business organization opens a current account with the bank, frequently we deposit money with the bank and we withdraw. Okay, it is a cycle of deposits and withdrawals. For every individual or for every business organization, it is quite common that when you open a bank account, you will be depositing cash and you will be withdrawing cash as well as checks also. So, whenever you are managing a business organization, in order to record cash transactions, you will have a cash column. In order to record bank transactions, you will have a bank column. That's how the 3-column cash book has come into existence. Debit side also you will have 3 columns, credit side also you will have 3 columns. As you all know very well that debit all receipts and credit all payments is the formula we apply for 3-column cash book. Okay, debit what comes in, credit what goes out is the rule we apply while preparing 3-column cash book. So what happens, when you manage your accounts, so every firm, the firm's accountant will prepare a 3-column cash book. Okay, so when you deposit cash and check into the bank and you withdraw, your details are also recorded by the bank. So on the name of the customer, bank opens a passbook. Okay, it will have our account details. How much money, like when we deposit into bank, we will record, no? How much money I have deposited, how much money is withdrawn. Okay, how many number of checks, times a check was deposited, how many checks were issued, like that we record. Similarly, how much balance is available and how many times the transactions were made, to know, bank opens or prepares a passbook on the name of every customer. So for example, see you take Sri Medhavi Junior College. Sri Medhavi Junior College has got account in the opposite bank. Okay, say Telangana State Cooperative Bank, or say for example, in State Bank of India, our Sri Medhavi College has got account. So we prepare SBI account. Okay, State Bank of India, if you have got account, we prepare State Bank of India account. 3-column cash book will have that column. So whenever we deposit, we write here. Suppose we have deposited cash into bank. So to cash 8,000 rupees we write. So some person's check we have deposited. Then we write some name, to Dharma 20,000, like this we write. Now say first what you have done is, you have deposited cash and you have deposited a check which you have received from Dharma. So now your total balance is 28,000. Similarly, the State Bank of India also opens Sri Medhavi Junior College account. So bank will open a passbook. Bank prepares a passbook, and whereas the business organization prepares a cash book. Remember this point. Business organization means we, the customer. So Sri Medhavi Junior College is the customer of, say, State Bank of India. So we prepared the bank account, that means cash book. In cash book we will have the bank column. Bank prepares the passbook. Customer prepares the cash book. Bank prepares the passbook. Remember this point. Any bank customer, he will record all his transactions in cash book. On the name of the customer, bank prepares passbook. Clear? Customer means we. So whenever any transaction is done, like cash is deposited or cash is withdrawn from the bank, we record in cash book, and on our name, bank prepares a passbook. Now what happens? As on a particular date, if you check your balance, say your cash book is showing the balance of 31,000 in your bank. Your cash book is showing 31,000 rupees balance. Whereas if you take the printout of your passbook or you inquire in the bank that what is my account balance, it may show only 14,000 or maybe 41,000, whatever it may be. So as on a particular day, when the customer verifies the balance as per cash book and balance as per passbook, both may not agree. Okay, both may not agree. Like for example, many times you will be paying different times fees to the college. Say college says that 10,000 rupees due from the student. Student feels that no, I did not pay 10,000, only 8,000 rupees is due. This is what called as disagreement. Okay, when you are recording the transactions of a student, we say that 10,000 rupees is due from the student. Student says that I am due only 8,000. So what is happening here? As per college records, balance is more. As per the student records, balance is less. It is called a disagreement. Disagreement means not matching. If both are same, no problem. There will be no dispute at all. But in case of bank transactions, it happens for every customer because of the frequency of transactions. As many times we will be depositing and withdrawing, due to communication gap between the customer and the banker, due to delay of entry of transactions into the respective books, the balance may not match on a particular day. Whenever you verify, for example, today is 8th January, if Sri Medhavi Junior College inquires with the opposite state, Telangana State Cooperative Bank, the balance may show only 40,000. But whereas as per our college records, the balance may be showing 60,000. So we feel that we have got 60,000 in our bank account. But whereas bank is saying that, no, you have got only 40,000 in your account. This is called disagreement. Agreement of balance means both are same. Disagreement means ups and downs. Sometimes bank may be showing more balance than the college balance. Okay. As per our college cash book, we may be having that the bank balance is only 20,000, whereas the bank account may be showing 2 lakhs rupees balance. Why this is happening? Okay, what are the various reasons that we are going to discuss? So, bank reconciliation statement means it is a statement prepared to know the reasons for disagreement of the balance of cash book and passbook. Okay, just now with all these examples I told you that cash book balance is something and passbook balance is something. These both are not same. It may be in the reverse order also. This may be 14,000, this may be 31,000. More or less, whatever it may be. Sometimes your cash book shows more balance than the passbook. Or your passbook may be showing more balance than the cash book. So there is a requirement of reconciliation. You cannot leave it like that. So there is a responsibility on the accountant to know what are the reasons for such disagreement. ऐसा क्यों हो रहा? Why cash book is showing 31,000 and why passbook is showing 14,000? Where the amounts disappeared? What went wrong? It is your responsibility. It is the responsibility of the accountant to know. So that is the reason bank reconciliation statement preparation knowledge. This concept is very much important for every accountant. So at student level only you should have the knowledge about BRS. It is a compulsory question in any interview. What is BRS? Do you know how to prepare BRS? What is its importance? Okay. So you have to state that as on a particular date, the balance as per cash book and passbook may not agree. So the statement prepared to know the reasons for disagreement of cash book balance and passbook balance is called as bank reconciliation statement. In short, we call it as BRS. Now let us understand what are the reasons. What are the reasons for differences in the balance of cash book and passbook? Okay, first category is items entered in the bank column of the cash book but not in the passbook. I told you that this is the cash book we are preparing. Okay, bank column. When we are preparing 3 columns, so it is bank column. Okay, and you see that the procedure of recording cash book and passbook will be different. In cash book, whenever we deposit, when the amounts are deposited or checks are deposited, we write on the debit side. In passbook, it is recorded on the credit side. So by cash 8,000, by Dharma's check 20,000. Like that. So whatever we have posted on the debit side of cash book should appear on the credit side of passbook. When both are same, the balance will be same, no problem. Cash book also will show 28,000, passbook also will show 28,000. Both the cash book and passbook will show 28,000. In such a case, we don't require BRS. When is BRS required? When cash book is showing something and passbook is showing something. It is showing 28,000, that is showing 38,000. Or it is showing 28,000, that is showing only 8,000. So this happens. Okay, the first reason is checks not credited by the bank. That means checks deposited but not collected by bank. Checks deposited but not collected by bank. That means whenever we deposit a check, immediately we record on the debit side of the cash book. Say for example, here you have received a check from Dharma. So you have written to Dharma, in bank column you have entered 20,000. But unfortunately, it did not go to bank. Okay. It is not collected by the bank on time. As on the date of your verification, the check what you have deposited into bank on a particular day has not collected by the bank. What is the reason? Maybe delay, like some holiday, or say your accountant has not deposited on time, or there was some technical problem in the bank, or quite naturally it takes some time. Because once a customer has given check means the money is to be transferred from one branch to another branch, so it may take 2 to 3 days, quite naturally. Clear? So in that mean course, by the time this Dharma check is credited into your passbook, there may be some communication gap. As immediately after depositing check into bank, you will make entry into cash book. So to Dharma you have written 8th January only, but tomorrow say 2nd Saturday, 9th holiday, 10th Sunday holiday. So the money may reach on Monday to the bank. So in such a case, your passbook is not showing this 20,000. This is not appearing over there, you can see. So in such a case, what happens? Cash book balance is more and this is less. Cash book balance is more, passbook balance is less. That is what called as checks deposited but not collected by bank. CB means cash book plus ho jata balance, passbook will be minus. Next, checks not presented in the bank, or say checks issued but not collected by bank. See, for example, this Sri Medhavi Junior College has given me the check for salary. So immediately the accountant will write here, by Madhusudan sir, some amount they will write here. But I did not go to bank and I have not taken money. due to various problems. Maybe time not available, bank time is over, or immediately I don't want that money, I want to transfer it to someone else. So what happens? So when you write entry on the credit side, so your cash book balance will decrease. For example, here it is 28,000. Say 20,000 is gone. Now only the balance is left 8,000. You think that check has been issued to a concerned lecturer, he will withdraw money from the bank, so you will reduce in your cash book immediately. But I did not go to bank, I have not taken. So if this was credited in the cash book means it must be debited here also. But here it did not appear because I did not go to bank. Then what happens? This CB will be minus, PB will be plus. Because in the office, the accountant is assuming that check is issued. Check is issued means drawing the check and giving to your employee for salary or for some payment. You think that the employee will go to bank and will withdraw money. So you will think that money is going out, you will be writing on the credit side, you will reduce the balance. But the person to whom you have given the check, he will not go to bank and he will not withdraw. Some other date he will withdraw. Okay. So in this gap, cash book balance will be less and passbook balance will be more. Then various other expenses, other items also will cause the disagreement of balance. Like you see, the items entered in passbook, PB stands for passbook, CB stands for cash book. First one is say direct transfer. Most of the times you see in the modern days, with the help of technology, internet, most of the customers are directly transferring money into our account. For example, one of our parents had to pay the fees to college. So what do they do? Towards the fees of their ward, they will directly transfer money to our bank account, which we don't know. Because if the parent pays fees in the college office, the accountant will come to know and they will make the record. But what the parent has done, directly transferred into bank account, then what happens? The entry is made in the passbook, but not in the cash book. In such a case, bank balance will increase. The entry will be recorded over here. In passbook it will be recorded. So passbook balance will be more, cash book balance will be less. Cash book will be less, passbook will be more. Because the amount is deposited over here. One of your customer has paid money directly into bank. Next, bank charges. So you have to remember that when bank is providing various services to you, it is not done at free of cost. So it will charge something. So whenever the bank is charging the charges, they will directly deduct from our account. So how much amount they have debited, how much amount they have deducted from our account, we don't know till the bank sends a message. So here, in such a case, we don't know that the amount is deducted. So cash book will be showing the more balance and passbook will show less balance. Because without informing, from your account, amount is deducted as for bank charges. Next, standing order. Standing order means many a times the customer will write the letter to the bank to pay LIC premium, municipal taxes, internet bill, whatever it may be, which we have to make regular payments. So we give instructions to the bank that on the particular day of a month or during the particular month of a year, you make so and so payments to different organizations. So in such a case, according to our order, bank will make the payment on behalf of us. For example, I have to pay 10,000 rupees LIC premium. Already I have given the letter to bank. Then what happens? Because I have given the instruction to the bank, bank will make payment to the LIC. 10,000 rupees directly will be deducted from my account and it will be transferred to LIC account. In such a case, what happens? In passbook, amount will be deducted. Because I don't know that the amount is paid by the bank. When I will come to know? When I will receive a message from the bank or when I receive a message from the LIC, then I will come to know that the so and so amount is paid by the bank. So because of that, the disagreement occurs. Passbook balance will be less, bank balance will be, cash book balance will be plus, more. Then direct debits, like many times as customers are paying on behalf of us also, bank will make some payments. So when bank makes payments, so again passbook will be minus, cash book will be plus. Next, interest on overdraft or loans. Okay, this is also an expenditure to the customer because we have taken loan from the bank. Bank charges interest. That interest is directly deducted from our account. Clear? So, passbook balance will be reduced because we don't know how much amount is debited by the banker. So, our cash book will be showing the more balance. Then interest on deposits. So, whenever we deposit some money into bank pays us interest. So, interest on deposit is income to us. So, whenever we receive income, our balance will increase. That will be created in our passbook. So, our balance will increase. Because we don't know that how much interest was paid by the banker, we don't make entry in cash book. I told you many times, without having the record, without having the proof, you cannot make entries into your accounting records. So that is the reason, unless we receive a circular, we receive a notice from the bank regarding that your account is been created with so and so amount of interest, we cannot make entry into our cash book. So because of this, your passbook will be showing more balance and cash book will be showing less balance. Then dishonor of checks or dishonor of bills. Many times whatever the checks we have drawn, whatever the bills we have drawn, okay, we assume that cash is being deposited into bank, but unfortunately due to mismatch of signature, due to insufficient funds, various checks will get cancelled. Dishonored means the bank will not credit amount into your bank. You will assume that as you have given check to the bank, amount will be credited into your bank. But the person who has given the check to you may not be having sufficient funds into his accounts, so that check will not be passed, means amount is not credited. That is called as dishonor of check or dishonor of bill. In such a case, passbook balance will decrease and cash book balance will increase. Then errors, okay, caused by, difference caused by errors. Difference caused by errors means many times we commit some mistakes due to human errors, like writing 1 0 less or 1 0 more, addition, subtraction, some problems, carrying forward, balancing. So such type of mistakes also may take place. Like here, we have to write 20 plus 8,000, 28,000, but unfortunately we have written as only 18,000. While transferring this 8,000 to other book, we might have written 80,000. If you place one more zero, it becomes 80,000. Such type of errors also will create problem in the balance. So these are the reasons for disagreement of cash book and passbook balance. So you may be having your own textbook. So please go through that. It is a very important topic.